Good morning, friends, and happy Palm Sunday. I'd like to start with our song, Jesus, We Are Here. So I'm going to sing it a few times. Please join me. Jesus, we are here. Jesus, we are here. Jesus, we are here. We are here for you. Jesus, we are here. Jesus, we are here. Jesus, we are here. We are here for you. Jesu tawapano, Jesu tawapano, Jesu tawapano, tawapano uziturenu. Jesus, we are here. Jesus, we are here. Jesus, we are here. We are here for you. So I just want to invite you for a couple of moments to just breathe and relax. I'm going to grab actually an African instrument. It's down here. It's called a thumb piano. Maybe you've seen this before, but it's really kind of cool. It looks like this. And I'm just going to play it for a couple of moments to just give you some beautiful sounds so that you can breathe in deeply. Just a little sound to make the space holy. I didn't bring a candle to light today, so I thought that might be a nice way to start the day. Today is Palm Sunday, and so I'm going to read to you the Palm Sunday story from Matthew, the book of Matthew. And I want to encourage you to grab really anything at all to use as a palm, since we don't have the palms this year. It could be anything, because really when people were greeting Jesus on the road, they just grabbed what was handy. They didn't say, oh, it's Palm Sunday, we have to get some palms. They just grabbed what was nearby, and there were palm trees nearby. So they cut some branches, or other people took their clothing and they lied it in the street. So I have just a scarf that my son brought me, and so I thought this would be kind of a fun thing to wave for Palm Sunday. So see if there's something around you that you can use while I tell this story. When they had come near Jerusalem and had reached Bethphage at the Mount of Olives, Jesus took 2 disciples and said, "Go into the village ahead of you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. And if anybody says anything to you, you say this: Jesus needs them." And he sent them immediately. And the disciples went, and they did as Jesus directed them, and they brought the donkey and the colt, and they put their cloaks on them, and Jesus sat on them. And a large crowd spread their cloaks on the ground, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. And the crowds went ahead of him, and they were shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest heaven!" And when he had entered Jerusalem, the whole city was in turmoil, asking, "Who is this?" And the crowds were saying, "This is Jesus from Nazareth." So you can take your scarves and you can wave them, and you can say, "Hosanna! Hosanna!" Hosanna is just, it just means, yay, it's Jesus. It's just a praise word. And so we can say, yay, it's Jesus, and he's come here. And people were very enthusiastic about Jesus coming into Jerusalem. It was a big feast day. Lots of people were coming into Jerusalem to celebrate the feast of Passover. And Jesus was among them because Jesus was a Jew, and he celebrated Passover with his friends. But when word came out that Jesus was going to be there, people lined the streets like he was a rock star, and they were really excited to see him, and they felt like he was their king, that he was coming to save them, but not in the way that Jesus was coming to save. Jesus was coming to show a better way, a different way, not the way of a king in the way that they thought about a king who would come in on a really mighty steed, a big horse, maybe with some armor and some weapons. That wasn't how Jesus was. Jesus came in on a little lowly donkey, and he came in proclaiming peace and love and justice and compassion. And it's really hard to stand for all of those things if you have weapons and armor. Actually, you have to take off a lot of your armor in order to teach peace and love and compassion. It's a very vulnerable thing to be teaching. And so Jesus came in, the triumphal entry, came into Jerusalem on this donkey. And so I ask you to think about that over the course of the next few days. Just imagine people expecting a king, and in comes this guy on a donkey. People were expecting a mighty warrior, and although he was a mighty warrior, it wasn't in the way people were expecting. Imagine how the people felt when they saw him. Imagine how the authorities felt when all those people gathered to see Jesus. Imagine how Jesus felt. Often Jesus said, "Don't tell anybody about the miracles I've performed," and yet now all these people were cheering him on. Imagine how the disciples felt coming into a town where the people were so excited and the authorities were so nervous. It was an interesting time. I want to leave you with another song. And these are all from our curriculum. They're all songs that we can hear when we gather again together. And this is called As We Go Now. And it's kind of slow, and the words are, as we go now from this moment, as we leave behind our time together, may we walk with each other and help each other on the way. It's a nice traveling song for Palm Sunday. As we go now from this moment, as we go into the future together, may we treasure one another. May we realize how precious we are. All right. As we go now from this moment, as we leave behind our time together, may we walk with one another. May we help each other on the way. As we go now from this moment, as we go into the future together, may we treasure one another. May we realize how precious we are. May we realize how precious we are. Friends, I realize how precious you are. I miss you so much, and I hope to see you very soon. Be safe, take care, and may God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.